What is going on, college basketball fans? Today we're going to be talking about some breaking news that broke yesterday in the world of college basketball, and that was that the NCAA committee wants to expand the March Madness tournament to around 90 teams. And I'm going to break it all down, share my thoughts and opinions about it. I just want to say subscribe if you guys are new. We do a ton of college basketball content here on the channel. Also, hit that like button if you guys don't want to see this expansion happen. 68 teams is perfect. I'm going to do my best to try to voice my opinions about that. And yeah, guys, let's get right into it. All right, guys, so first, let's break it all down. I'm going to share with you guys some articles that I've read about it, and this first article is coming from 247sports.com, and this is from around when the news broke, and it says that the NCAA's Transformation Committee Championship subgroup proposed an expansion to incorporate 25% of teams in championship tournaments, including college basketball's season-ending March Madness extravaganza, after months of discussions with a 40-page report that will be presented to the Division I Board of Directors at the NCAA convention later this month. If the 68-team men's and women's NCAA tournament was expanded to include 25% of teams in the future, that would mean more than 90 participants in a hefty bracket every March Madness. We also got this other article here from Bleacher Report that says the committee, which includes 21 members and is led by SEC Commissioner Greg Sankey and Ohio University Athletic Director Julie Cromer, will present the report to the Division I Board of Directors. So this does not mean that the 90-team expansion is happening, but it does mean that later on this month, Greg Sankey and Julie Cromer are going to be leading this 21-person committee to present to the Division I Board of the NCAA that this should happen for not just the men's March Madness tournament, but also the women's March Madness tournament and any college sport that has over 200 teams in Division I. They would all have at least 50% of those teams playing in the season-ending tournament. So that would include baseball, off the top of my head, softball, just a bunch of sports, any sport that you can think of that has over 200 teams in Division I. And I wanted to voice my opinions about this because I do not want this to happen at all. I think 64 teams was perfect for the March Madness tournament. 68 is fine. It's pretty much exactly like 64, just with the first 4 end games. And I think it's perfect just the way it is. I love having the round 1, the round of 32, the Sweet 16, the Elite 8, the Final 4, the championship game. It all comes down, and it's wonderful. It's perfect. So many Cinderellas are happening, so many upsets. Why would you want to expand and change what is already perfect? If it isn't broke, don't fix it. Plain as that. I mean, it's easy as that. Don't try to fix what isn't broken. It is literally the most perfect system in sports, in my opinion. As far as playoff system goes, I think it's perfect. It allows for so much drama, so many close games. Leave it as it is. Don't touch the March Madness tournament. Don't think about touching the March Madness tournament because it is fine the way it is. We're going to take a look at the NCAA net rankings straight off NCAA.com and take a look at the teams from 69 to 90 that would be considered for an at-large bid in this new 90-team tournament. So let's take a look. So right off the bat, at number 69, which would be the first team out at this point. Of course, these net rankings aren't completely accurate, but it gives us a good idea. Why would an 8-6 Iowa team that has some really bad losses as of late even be considered for a tournament spot? They should not be in at all. Right behind them is Butler at 9-6. They definitely at this point should not be considered for a March Madness bid. Then you have Marshall, and this is coming from a fan of Marshall basketball. Marshall does not deserve to be in the tournament with an at-large bid. They should not be in the tournament unless they win the Sun Belt and get a bid that way by winning their conference tournament. That's the only way Marshall should get into the tournament. That's coming from a fan. Next up, you have Oregon, an Oregon team that is also 8-6 with no good wins out of the Pac-12. Why at this point would they be considered for a tournament spot? Then you have Dayton at 73 from the A10. I know they had a lot of preseason hype, but they have been looking good as of late, but the A10 is not good this year. There's no reason for the A10 to have an at-large bid this season. They should be a one-bid league this season, and Dayton should only be in if they win their conference tournament. And just going down the line real quick, you have Colorado, Seton Hall down at 89. You have Nebraska, who they played Purdue close, but they are 8-7 at this point. You have Michigan, who is 8-5, a team that I think could eventually sneak into the tournament, but at this point in time, there is no way Michigan should be considered for a spot. The only team that I see on this list that might have an argument to make the tournament is LSU here at 79. And yeah, they're in at 79, but they are 12-2. And like I said, these net rankings aren't completely accurate. So LSU, I think, might be in the field of 68, though. So they're the only team here in this that I could even consider having a spot for an at-large bid in a 68 team bracket right now. But those would be some teams that would be considered for an at-large bid in a 90-team tournament. I do not agree with this at all. Like I said before, keep the 68-team tournament. It is perfect. Everybody loves it. And looking around Twitter and all that, nobody wants this to happen. So I think we need to keep voicing our opinions. Voice your opinions in the comments. Voice your opinions on Twitter. Don't be afraid to at the NCAA. I've already done it. I'm going to do it a lot more times because later this month, sometime late in January, Greg Sankey, who is a very influential person in the NCAA board right now because of how much money he brings in as the commissioner of the SEC, is going to be leading this charge to try to expand not only the March Madness tournament, but any Division I sport that has over 200 teams in Division I. I really don't want to see this sport that I love and the March Madness tournament being the best part about it be touched in any way, because it is actually perfect. Please do not ruin this, NCAA. Please just take that into consideration whenever listening to this, when it is presented to you. We don't want to see this happen. Everybody loves the March Madness tournament. Leave it alone. But that is going to do it for this video. Make sure you guys like this video, comment down below, share this around, try to get this out there to the NCAA. I'm already seeing a lot of people voice their opinions that they don't want to see this happen, so I'm happy about that. We need to keep doing that. But yeah, guys, that's going to do it for this video. Let me know what your guys' opinions are down below in the comment section. Hit that like button if you guys don't want to see this happen. And yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching.